Out here, where the sun bleeds across the horizon, a legend rides alone toward the dust. They call him Jackson Hawk, but the name that truly sticks in the shadows is the Ghost. He carries the silence of a man who has already lost everything worth fighting for. He entered the town of Silver Creek, not as a visitor, but as a reckoning the guilty had been dreading. Every door latch shut, every whisper carried the weight of a man's deadly reputation. The few brave enough to speak his name only muttered about the strange fact he never spilled innocent blood. Jackson walked into the smoky saloon, where the lingering laughter immediately died in the air. He didn't ask for conversation, just a measure of rocket whiskey to wash down the tension. Then the doors blew open like a sudden, violent storm announcing the arrival of his enemies. The Crimson Wolves, a pack of painted wolves, had finally tracked their most valuable target. Their leader, Rufus Clay, sneered, making it clear that this debt was due in blood. Jackson's hand never moved from the worn leather of his holster, a predator waiting for the first mistake. His only reply was a low, gravelly warning for them to turn their sorry selves around. But the wolves weren't listening, and the deafening roar of gunfire immediately shattered the quiet. Jackson moved like smoke, rolling low and delivering 3 perfect final answers in quick succession. 3 men dropped without a sound, leaving the rest of the gang paralyzed by the sheer, cold precision. Under the cold, judging gaze of the moon, Jackson finally found a moment to breathe by a small desert fire. His only comfort was a small, tarnished locket holding the face of the life he was desperately trying to reclaim. He whispered a promise to the faded photograph of his little sister that he would find her, no matter the cost. But this path wasn't chosen. It was brutally carved into him during a night of unimaginable pain. He saw the memory of his childhood home turning to ash as Rufus's men ripped his sister away from him. He wasn't born an outlaw. No, he was brutally forged in the crucible of loss and betrayal. That desperate boy left for dead was the one who finally vowed to bring the wolves to justice. Tonight, the Ghost was moving like a shadow across the rooftops of their makeshift fortress. Each silent takedown was a necessary step closer to the sister he never stopped searching for. He found her locked away, older and hardened by the terror he swore to end for her. When she recognized his face through the gloom, her crying instantly turned to a fragile hope. Just as he promised safety, the triumphant, hateful voice of Rufus Clay echoed from the darkness. The final confrontation erupted outside, where the sky finally decided to weep for their long-standing feud. Rufus taunted him, screaming that no amount of good deeds could ever erase his outlaw stain. Jackson just steadied his grip, his gaze locked, knowing exactly what kind of man he truly was now. He wasn't fighting for absolution. He was fighting solely because he was finally a brother defending his own. That one bullet sang a true song, and the reign of the Crimson Wolves finally fell silent forever. As the morning sun broke through, Jackson and his sister quietly rode away from the town they saved. Even the steadfast sheriff understood this was a necessary end, not a crime. He stepped aside, recognizing that true heroism sometimes rides under a wanted poster. Jackson tipped his own hat in silent acknowledgement and urged his horse toward the bright, open future. His sister asked where their destination lay now that the battle was finally won. He smiled, a genuine, rare thing, and told her it was time to finally build a real home. Just for the two of them.